The NFC South heads east. It's the coach. This is week 6 of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up is our second international game of the year, and it's a good one in the NFC South, as we'll see the Carolina Panthers take on the home team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'll have a look at what's to come later at halftime, but first, let's get you to a couple of right fine chaps. It's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one, between the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. We're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should. And what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, they come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Set to go now in week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the only 6-time Super Bowl champion in league history. In his 20th season now, Tom Brady.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
They'll run on first down. It's Logan. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
What you got?
And a peek now at the offense for Tampa Bay.
Mike Evans is exactly what you're looking for in a receiver in today's NFL. Big, quick, can flat-out run, but makes great adjustments when the ball is in the air. Ranked number 3 last year in receiving yards, 1,000 yards receiving every year he's been in the league.
Tackle, slap. Alabama. Regular.
From the 27, Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. Mike Evans, he's going to go. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Touchdown.
Mike Evans with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Panthers now under head coach Ron Rivera. They'll be taken out by the product of the University of Louisville, the talented Teddy Bridgewater.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game, almost like basketball, where both teams press and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Bridgewater now. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
DJ Moore went through some ups and downs his rookie season, but really came on strong late in the year. Finished with 55 catches, the most among Panthers not named Christian McCaffrey. And now with Devin Funchess gone to Indianapolis, he's going to be the true WR1 for the Panthers.
And here now the offense for Carolina.
And what a workhorse is Christian McCaffrey, the running back for the Carolina Panthers, who led his team in rushing and receiving yardage in 2018 and was also the team's leading scorer. How about this? Set an NFL record for catches for a running back with 107. So for an encore, he just wants to get his team back to the playoffs in 2019.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
Oh, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
After reviewing the play,
the head coach relied on his eagle eye in the sky to make the right call and was told to challenge it, and it looks like it's paid off.
And from a coach's standpoint, when you throw that flag, it's probably a pretty tense moment. Here it pays off.
Yeah, you have that little bit of indecision. You throw it where you feel like you're right, then you think, uh-oh, did I get it right? In this case, they can celebrate.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And it's taken in at the 9. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch the screen. 1 second. Watch the screen. Say. Sugar.
Now a give right side. It's Vaughn. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Rip. All day, every day, any day. Hey, check it. Slam. Motion. Bump. When he hits
Throwing is Brady on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach.
Accelerating, and off he goes. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one good for 37 yards.
First play of the drive, a first down run. Well, that sets you up for whichever way you want to go. Do you come right back and run the football again because you've got them on their heels? Or do you play chess match with them, break tendency, and go play action and go for the big shot?
Now Bridgewater. The intended receiver there, Ian Thomas. But it's going to be 2nd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. 20, 10, 5, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about. Ouch. Could have been a game-tying touchdown. They'll have to hold on that at least for now.
Ouch in a big way, like ripping the Band-Aid off there. Can they let the sting subside and come back and get it done?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. To throw, Bridgewater. He gets it to Thomas. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Thomas has got it, complete. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Ian Thomas got pressed into action early his rookie season as all-pro tight end Greg Olsen went down with an injury. Ended up with 36 catches, and they definitely see him as the future once Olsen decides to hang it up and maybe become a broadcaster. Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. Now a play fake. Brady. He completes it to Evans. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has zero answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. To throw is Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Again, it's Brady. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Tom Brady with 2 first-quarter touchdown passes as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first-quarter lead. So that drive, 4 plays, and it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 20 carries, 80 yards.
And they love what they've gathered in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space, because the defense will key on him.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. A gain of 6 there on first. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Bridgewater. And he's got his target. That's Moore. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, his 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game... Could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Hey, that's right, Eddie! Ozzy! Come Ozzy! Come grip! Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!
On first down, Logan. The numbers on the ground for Logan a week ago. 17 carries, 68 yards.
And, partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week to pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive front to be someone they can move.
Check 26. Hey, 66. Tighten up, tighten up.
From the 36, Brady. He finds Howard complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They go play action here on first down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Brady will try again on second down. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Again, they'll throw with Brady. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Now stopped him in his tracks. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
14, Panthers 7.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Sugar!
They do go for it. It's Brady. Going right inside here, and that's complete. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Brady now, 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10.
Check out. Shadow. Hey, 66.
Brady to throw again. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
A gain on the play.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. And to give this time to the tailback. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down, stopped at the Panthers' 24. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. To throw, it's Brady. This is caught, Gronkowski. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Alabama, 380. Hey, both 66. Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down.
Shotgun now for Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. K-Rod short with a sack. That's 315 pounds of man right there.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now Brady. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Gronkowski again, he was the intended target, but now it's 3rd and goal.
Let's get it to 50. Go Bandit. Check 43.
Brady now on 3rd and goal. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
People say that we're negative sometimes. So,
well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Getting set to go again here, Teddy Bridgewater coming back onto the field. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now, his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, a little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass, no interceptions for him personally to this point.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, McCaffrey. And some room to run now. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey. His second touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Here comes Tom Brady and the Patriot offense back onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence, does a great deal for your team, gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Hey, go 66.
They'll run on first down. It's Logan. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
On second and 12, Brady quickly to Gronkowski. That's caught. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. On third down, Logan. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
No, 66. Hey, 66.
They'll try the left side. It's Logan. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
That throw by Brady incomplete.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
4 down, 4 down. Watch the
To throw again, Brady. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
58 to Mike, 58 to Mike. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Going to air it out deep for Gronkowski. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Yeah, there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. It's like, what did they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how did they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. Out of his end zone, Bridgewater. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. First down throw for Bridgewater. Flushed out right. He'll try and run it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Devin White coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
On third down, Bridgewater. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the play.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. On second and 15 now. Bridgewater. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Remember, last year, Week 5, Gano was good from 63 away to beat the Giants on the final play. This not as critical of a kick or as long, but also not as successful.
You're exactly right about that. I was fortunate enough to be on the call for that game. You know, and me and my crew, we got to see him. And when they lined up, we thought, that's a long way. We know he's got a big leg, and then he hammered it. Probably would have been good up to about 70 yards. And after the game, the head coach Ron Rivera told the media that his special teams coach had told him, hey, he's good up to 65, coach. At each game, that's what the special teams coach does. Evaluates the distance, lets the head coach know.
Yeah, no doubt he's got the leg, but this time couldn't put it through. And Brady's throw there, incomplete. Gronkowski the intended target, but it'll be second down. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Brady. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Exit.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. And he's got an open man. It's Gronkowski. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Brady over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Let's go, team. Big series. Hey, nice 7. Regular.
Now Brady again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And Gay knocks this one through. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. Brock Osweiler, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it's who else? Tom Brady with a strong first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on second. Down, they hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on second and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Normally when you see a short gain in the middle of a 3-4 defense, go ahead and pat the nose tackle on the back because he's holding things up and taking on extra blockers, which allows one of the inside linebackers to roam free and make the tackle.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the second time. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Logan. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. Brady going to try and throw on third down. Open man has got it. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield who can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
They're running it. Hey, check it. It's a safety cream.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's see, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Wait, that's 53! Go. Go! He's crossing. He's checking 3 in now.
From midfield, here's Brady. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Shit! Alpha! Joker! Hey, Alabama.
And he'll give it here to his running back. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Check tight.
To throw on 3rd down. Brady on the slant and gets it to Gronkowski. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 37. That time a slant, Brady in general on those quick hitters, he just releases the ball so fast.
He does, and he's so accurate, but most of the time he wins before the ball's even snapped by his pre-snap read. Finds out where the defense is and delivers it to the proper place.
Brady now on first down. And this is caught by Evans. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. Brady now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. T.J. Logan, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
No, 66. 97's the mic. Yeah, that's what I do. 97's the mic. 97's the mic. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Brady going to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
They attempted to fade to the back corner of the end zone unsuccessfully. And I've been with you long enough, Brandon. I know it's not one of your favorite calls.
Well, it's interesting. Before working with you, I always viewed that as you're just taking away space and you're trapping yourself in a corner. But you actually have told me they're trying to create space where space is not.
Yeah, it's really a weird deal, isn't it? But you've got to just move that defender inside to create that separation and that little bit of space where there just isn't much.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish.
Watch twist.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Young trip is key, baby.
And that's one of the reasons we like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, Bridgewater. Found his target, it's Anderson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A great pickup there, 35 yards, and obviously the first down to go along with it. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well to get a few stops.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Coming this way, here we go, here we go.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Bridgewater from the gun on third down. And that will be incomplete. There on the coverage, knocking that one away was Mike Edwards.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short, no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Switch it, come on, switch it.
On play action, now Brady. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in.
Let's go.
That's good for 28 yards.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there, and he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Brady now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Check hot. Check. Mike spot 4. Hey. Hold 50. 72.
Now Brady. And this one caught by Cameron Brate. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Alabama, 380, alert! 58, right up. Go! 58, right there. Hey, tight. Hey, go 66.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. And he pulls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. From 17 yards out as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. What a great weapon. So often, such a big mismatch.
And there's no route he can't run. You name it, he's going to do it, and he's a matchup nightmare for the defense. No matter who they put on him, he's going to win the battle.
Gay is on for the point after. And that one makes this a 19-point game. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage. And, again, that second score here in the third quarter. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater. That'll be taken in by Anderson. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. They go play action. Bridgewater. He gets it to Thomas. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 13 yards, first down, Panthers.
Such a valuable commodity to have a tight end who can run and get open. How about what he just did there? Worked his way from right to left across the field and found his way free.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 14-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The run defense, they have been porous at times today, but not that last go-around.
No, they really tightened it up, didn't they? They finally got themselves a win because all game long we've seen them get gashed. This time they played their responsibilities, played their keys, and made a nice stop.
The Panthers on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd down and 12. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Well, with that field goal, you can argue they needed to get back within 2 scores, and they did indeed do that, but still a pretty uphill battle.
Still going to take 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to get back into it. As you and I know, that's a tall order against any NFL defense. They're going to need their own defense to make some plays as well to give them an opportunity.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Wait, that's 53. It's our field. It's our field. Hey, sugar. Undercut. 72.
On 2nd down now, it's Logan, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Brady. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, Haywood! 58, right there. Bandit! 58's the
To throw again, Brady. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. K1 short, able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Hey, check it. Hey, Orbit.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. He hits Gronkowski on the out route. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. He'll go for it. It's Brady. He's got Evans. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
Regular. Spawn, alert.
On 1st down, Logan. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We got them now.
On 2nd down, it's Vaughn. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there, and now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Watch the twist. Slam.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. He finds his target. It's Evans. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 28. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Check. Walk 54. Let's go. Tight dog. Go Bandit. Hey, 66.
Throwing on 1st down is Brady. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Shotgun now for Brady. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a 1st down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. And look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up 1st downs and keeping the football.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Brady. He completes it to Evans. 50 catches for him now on the year. He's got a 1st down. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Brady's got his guys 1st and 10, and he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive.
Check 24.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff. 2
runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down. On third down, it's Logan. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up fourth down.
We've seen this offense go for it on fourth down already on this drive. I wonder if they'll go for it again.
I certainly wouldn't rule it out with these guys. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This to make it a 3-score game late. Gay's kick is good. And that will make this now a 19-point advantage. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
This is fielded at the goal line. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure.
And down he goes. The pressure getting to Bridgewater. Vita Vea able to record his 5th sack of the season. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Bridgewater to throw it. And he's going to go down again. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. To throw, Bridgewater. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent. And now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
53! Ricky. Slam. Alpha. Kill. Turn. 50.
They'll run on 1st down. Logan. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. In on the stop, it's Tahir Whitehead.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
And they take a knee.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
And they will take a knee here.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
Wait, set. 29. Alpha. 58, right there. It's just me and you. 380, hey. Check 3. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
So time has run out on what will be a Tampa Bay victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Tampa Bay, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for Carolina, it's loss number 3 for them on the year. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.